Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us for the PHNX Suns postgame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Lindsay Smith here with Saul Bookman and Espo. Hopefully, Gerald Bourget will be joining us a little bit later on in the program. Unfortunately, though, in the last game before the All-Star break, the Phoenix Suns fall to the LA Clippers 116-107. But have no fear, guys. We still have something to celebrate. You guys ready? Ready? Josh Okogie, knockdown three-point shooter. Let's go.
Shooter.
Josh Okogie came out tonight with all the energy. No surprise. This is his 4th straight solid performance with the Phoenix Suns, 3rd straight start. I love Josh Okogie.
He is simply saying, I'm the 5th guy. You want to talk about the big 4? No, it's the big 5. And this mask is just sexy, is what he's trying to say.
He was really good tonight. He was one of the only things that was good tonight because it was pretty ugly out there.
Yeah.
So, but Josh, I'd say this. I think earlier in the season, when he would shoot those threes, it just did not look confident. It did not look comfortable. And now it's like, he's like, oh, yeah, I am that guy. I don't know what happened.
He was a pretty solid 3-point shooter in college. I think he was around like 37 or 38% in college.
For college, that's trash.
Okay. Well,
maybe he just needed a broken nose to really get things going.
I don't know. Maybe he just needed a mask. The mask is what helped him see straight.
Maybe.
Who
Maybe
knows?
he's seeing 2 rims.
All I know is that this past month and this year as a total, Josh has been much better taking those deep threes. And it's pretty fun to see this happen because I don't think any of us expected Josh Okogie to be able to figure out his 3-point shot. Obviously, he's young, but he has been in the league. I think this is his 5th season. He's 24 years old. And his 3-point shot has just really not been there in the way that I'm sure most of us would have appreciated. But whatever is working, keep doing it.
To use the thoughts of another man, I will just say, maybe, it was Mikal and Cam that were holding them back. And once they traded them away, it was all good. I mean, it seems like that's clearly evident.
I love that we're saying
Oh, no.
he's figured it out. And he's shooting 33% for the year. Granted, he's shooting
Is it 33% for the year now? Because a few games ago it was 40.
I mean,
is it 33 now?
For the year? Yeah. It's
Like the calendar year or the season?
No. Regular season.
I'm talking about the calendar year.
Last
year
not how we
doesn't
talk
count.
about this,
Last
Liz.
year doesn't count.
Yeah.
We're talking about the year 2023. It counts.
22 and 23.
His New Year's resolution was to get his 3-point shot down, and he did that.
It's called a season, Lindsay. This
No,
is how it works.
We're not playing by those games.
Then you
not
need to
tonight.
say calendar year every time you say that.
That's fine.
We all in the basketball universe
That's fine.
think it's from October till now.
In the calendar year, he's closer to 40%.
Or you can say the year of our Lord 2023 every single time.
Yes.
His last 10 games, he's shooting 39% from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
So there is that.
It's not too
we'll
bad.
give him that. So
And he also set a new career high tonight with 6 3-point buckets. And in the last 3 games, he's knocked down 15 threes combined.
Devin, who?
Mm-hmm. You're telling me.
why is he not in? We're pounding the table about Damian Lee in the 3-point contest. Where's Josh Okogie in the 3-point contest?
I didn't want to cook anybody yesterday in front of Jock. But there's no damn way anybody wants to see Damian Lee in the 3-point contest. Come on. Really?
You really want to see Julius Randle?
No.
Dude shooting 33%.
No.
He's Josh Okogieing it from deep.
But that's like having to choose between a Dotson and a whatever is worse than a Dotson.
That's what we're at in this 3-point contest.
I haven't fully looked at like when this happened, but did Josh Okogie still Damian Lee's 3-point shooting abilities?
Probably.
It looks like
Because they kind of flip-flopped, right?
They did.
I mean, I wonder, I got to go back and look at the exact moment when these two things started to shift. I wonder what's going on here. I don't know. But Josh Okogie was fun tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch, again, like I said, for the 4th game in a row. And for that, he is going to be our draft king of the game. Shout out to Josh Okogie. He finished tonight with 24 points. He also had 3 steals, and he was 6 of 12 from the 3-point line. Congratulations to Josh Okogie. And this was cool too because this was a full game effort from Josh, right?
Yeah.
At halftime, he had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and I believe 1 steal. So he kept the energy, he kept the consistency throughout the entire game, and I really liked that from him.
Well, they needed him in the first half. I mean, Book and CP3 combined for 7 points.
Yeah.
So the only reason they were within 2 at halftime was primarily Josh Okogie and what he was doing on both ends of the floor. So this was a night where the Josh Okogies of the world, the Terrance Rosses, without them, this is a much uglier game than it already was because those were the guys that actually showed up tonight.
You know, you worry about the team being in a funk right before the All-Star break. But the 2 superstars on this team, CP3 and Book, were just not good. And if it weren't for Josh Okogie, this game would have gotten out of hand really, really quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Book and CP were 2 for 10 at halftime, but the team was only down 2 points.
Not good.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was from both Josh Okogie and also Terrance Ross. Obviously, his efficiency kind of dropped off later in this game, but in the first half, it was pretty good. But before we get into even more from this game, we named Josh Okogie our DraftKings King of the Game. So let me tell you about the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's a heck of a lot of fun. We here at PHNX on the Sun Show have a bet for the year of 2023, at least the remainder of the season. We started at the beginning of the season, $10 bets each game. We come up with whatever we want to put our money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, and we're keeping track of how much money we have made and or lost. And unfortunately, we all lost tonight.
Yeah.
It was a rough night for us on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. We are all down $10 on the leaderboard. Emma, what is it looking like now?
That's not it.
Saul is at a $194.13. I'm at $155.54, and Espo is at $134. So we got some work to do, you and I, Espo. We got to catch up to Saul right now. If you guys have not downloaded the DraftKings Sportsbook app, right now is a great time to do that and also create a leaderboard with your friends for the remainder of the season. Just make sure you sign up with that promo code PHNX because new customers who use that promo code can bet $5 on the NBA and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Again, that is code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
And take advantage of their risk-free same-game parlays. I've rolled that into some cash. It's been nice lately.
You literally get a bet back if you miss.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You can't lose. I mean, you can, but you really can't, honestly.
Also, real quick, just want to give a shout-out to somebody in the chat who just became a diehard the other day, MCG Blue. What's up?
MCG Blue.
Thank you so much for becoming a diehard, and you could do the same thing too. All you got to do is just go to gophnx.com, become a diehard, and save yourself a ton of money because guess what? You can come to these takeovers with us for $20 less than everybody else, and we have a really cool one coming up. I'm just going to say it's a fucking dynamite.
Oh, that's the one we sold out.
This one
Saul's
sold out.
talking about another one that's coming
out. I'll just go ahead and say it.
Wait, we have a new one? We
don't have the graphic yet. We're working on the details, but I will say this. It is against the Nuggies.
Okay.
April 6th. We have 25 tickets, and it's going to be a banger. They're all lower level seats.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, if you go look on the Game Time app, tickets will be $474 on a minimum right now.
Jeez.
Right now, lower level.
Charge you though.
That we're not even going to come close to half that price.
Yeah, not 300,
not 200.
Maybe.
We don't know how much, but we'll tell you once we got it all figured out.
It ain't gonna be 470.
It ain't gonna be 474. Plus, you're gonna get a T-shirt out of it, and you're gonna get free food and drink.
Yeah, and if you're a diehard, you get a discount on that too.
Boom.
So if you want to become a diehard, head on over to gophnx.com.
And diehards get a head start on purchasing those tickets. I'm just saying.
And they get the Discord where sometimes we drop info that we know, but we can't share to the larger public.
It's like a keep it in the Discord
there.
kind of
exactly.
It goes
situation.
down in the Discord.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent.
No, you're totally fine. All right, well, let's keep going with this game. We do have a couple super chats we can touch on real quick. Trevor, thank you so much for sending us your super chat. Said, not too mad about this loss, just frustrated that it seems like the guys were not focused tonight, except Okogie. If Booker was on it tonight, we win easy. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if Book or CP3 had any offense going for them tonight, we could have won this game.
Yeah. I kind of want to get to the second super chat because there was parts of the second super chat where it says, it's from Big Moose. Thank you very much for $4.99. Tip the cap. We couldn't figure out the Clips defense. They had a good game plan. No offensive adjustment from Monty still continues to be a concern. The Clips did a lot of physical play tonight, especially fronting the ball and forcing the Suns into some difficult opportunities. And the one guy out there that could have made a difference, that you saw what the difference could be when the Clippers play a similar style. He's cooked them before, but Chris Paul was not good tonight. He could not figure out that defense tonight. He wasn't able to he had the assists, but it just wasn't as clean a game as you'd like from Chris Paul. The Clippers are going to make him try to beat them. Now, the dynamic completely changes when KD's in the building, obviously. But it was a tough game tonight for him.
Yeah, this is the last time you're going to see the kind of defense that was run at D-Book, too. Like, you're not going to be able to play this kind of way with Kevin Durant in the fold because they focused a lot on those two guys. Well, guess what? Once you have Kevin Durant, you can't focus that way. You can't get physical. You can't double like that. It'll change the whole dynamic. But tonight, it felt very much, at least to me, like a preseason game where it was new guys trying to figure on both sides, new guys trying to figure out how they fit in. Monty experimenting with some weird lineups tonight, going the all bench thing again, but shuffling who was in there. He's trying to figure out what in the heck these rotations will look like here over the next few weeks. And I don't know that we got any closer to an answer tonight with that. But there were guys at least trying to shoot their way into the line.
I mean, that's facts.
And I don't think I honestly, everybody listen, even when KD comes, it's going to take at least 10 games.
It's going to take some time.
It's going to take at least 10 games for everybody to kind of figure out what their flow is, what their rhythm is, and for Monty to figure out who he's going to come really push off the bench and to keep playing time. So tonight you saw Terrance Ross play a lot more than TJ Warren did the first game.
Which was really surprising to me.
It was, but it wasn't, because they needed somebody to score, and especially from three, and Terrance Ross is that guy. TJ Warren's more of a scorer, especially mid-range and in. He could shoot the three, but he's just not as dynamic a shooter as Terrance Ross. So it was a problem all the way around.
It's not about who or what each player brings necessarily. It's just the fact that Monty has always been so cautious about just throwing a new player into a game for 25 minutes. Terrance Ross had 25 minutes tonight. That surprises me from a Monty Williams perspective more than anything. Like, usually he tries to slowly get you kind of acclimated into things.
But wasn't TJ Warren coming off an injury as well?
Yeah, and
he was on the bench when they got traded.
Yeah, and to me too, this was more of a factor of Terrance Ross was like Okogie, what kind of carried them a little bit in that first half.
Yeah.
You had nothing going offensively, so it's almost tough to take him out. Now, what I don't like is the fact Terrance Ross had one more shot than Devin Booker in this game and was 1 of 8 from three. But what it sounded like from all the reports that Monty said to Terrance Ross was, we just want you to be you. And Terrance Ross is, ball hits my hand, I shoot. Very much like Eddie Johnson, who used to wear number 8 as well. And we're going to have nights.
Both of them ball hogs.
You know, from firsthand experience, too, with Eddie. So, look, for me, we're going to have a game where Terrance Ross goes nuts because he shoots like this. And sometimes you're going to be frustrated, I'm sure. But you need guys on the second unit to try to score the basketball. I don't begrudge Terrance Ross trying to be that guy tonight. I mean, he's the only guy on the bench in double figures tonight by a large amount. And, you know, I'm okay with it. Again, this is figuring things out. This team still doesn't have Campaign or Landry Shamet. Like, there's going to be all sorts of growing pains with this bench, but hey, you got 20 games to figure that out. Hit your stride by the beginning of the playoffs. That's all that matters with this group. And on any given night, the chances that your 4 main guys all are cold on the same night offensively seems like it should be slim to none. Now, we've seen this team go completely cold, but hopefully it's slim to none where you don't have that problem.
I cannot wait for the night where we have Landry Shamet running point, Terrance Ross, TJ Warren, Ish Wainwright, and Damian Lee. Who are you going to guard? Who are you going to guard?
Well, we're running out of runway with Ish Wainwright. I think he only has one more game.
No, actually, this was his last game. So
that's right. I missed Tuesday. That's right.
So just real quick, I just want to give some flowers to Ish Wainwright. Obviously, it wasn't the best game for him tonight, but just overall, because just in case, right? This is Ish Wainwright's last game on his 2-way contract. He's maxed out the amount of games that he can play for the Suns. So the question now, and we can dive farther into this in tomorrow's show at 3 p.m., but the question now for the Suns is, what is your plan, right? Do you let Ish Wainwright go and maybe see him next year? Do you convert his 2-way contract? Do you look at outside guys, maybe a Kevin Love who's been linked to the Suns still a little bit? I don't know what the decision is going to be, but I do want to say that Ish Wainwright has been he's been great. Like, since he's been with the Suns, he has exceeded expectations.
Is that a tear in your eye?
No.
When the bar's low, it's real easy to clear it. All right. There's only
for a 2-way player, Ish Wainwright brings a lot to this team, Espo. Okay. Yeah,
broad shoulders, bad
the expectations
tattoos,
might be low, but he's a 2-way guy who very well could be playing at the end of somebody's roster.
Let me just say, he will be soon.
Yeah.
Because there's only room.
He deserves
only
a
room in
freaking
this town
flower,
for
gosh darn it.
There's only room in this town for one Ish, and that's Matt Ishbia. All right. That's it. That's the only Ish allowed in this city. Kevin Love I think Kevin Love winds up on this roster.
Yes, sir. Speaking into existence.
He is everything you would hope that Ish Wainwright would become. He's still one of the best defensive rebounders in the league. 98% field goal defensive rebounding efficiency. He's like number 2 in the league. He's ahead of Jokic in that. He can still hit corner threes. Like, I appreciate what Ish did, but that's a guy with playoff experience, championship experience that can still rebound the ball and shoot corner threes, which is what this team needs. Ish will be on somebody else's roster, but he's just not going to be here.
I'm not saying that Ish Wainwright deserves to be here over Kevin Love. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
You're just saying he was great.
Give Ish Wainwright his flowers, because this might have been the last game that we got to see from him this season.
I appreciate what Ish has brought to the table. He played hard every single game. It looked like for a while there he was going to start to become a consistent piece because he was really hitting the 3. But once he stopped hitting those 3s, everything else seemed to fall apart a little bit, and it fell apart at exactly the wrong time if you're Ish Wainwright. So instead of securing the bag, he kind of fumbled it, and he might find himself off the team. And that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's part of the business, and you got to help your team. And right now they have an opportunity to get a really, really good player if they should so choose. And I know, according to Brian Windhorst, the Suns are interested in Kevin Love.
Yeah. Bailey, you're so mean.
What did Bailey say?
Bailey in the chat said, I'll give him his flowers and a ride to the airport to get Caleb.
Damn, Bailey.
I appreciate that Ish stepped in when there was like next to nobody on this roster that could play due to injury and went in and played hard. Like, there's no doubt the guy's got heart and that he deserves a shot in this league, but you're going for one thing and one thing only. It's a championship right now. And that's a spot that you can use to better efficiency there.
That was so funny. That one killed me, Bailey. That one was really good. All right, we got a couple super chats from Mike B. Thank you so much for your super chats. Said, guys, I've been so busy thinking hearing Will Barton an option. Also, Linz, I adore you. Angel, but Okogie has been my guy all year. and then sent us another one. Sorry, sound like a weirdo. Texts are limited. Mike V, thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate them as always.
The first step in recognizing that you have a problem is admitting that you have it.
Very true.
Oh my goodness gracious! Did you guys talk a lot about Will Barton this week when I was out? I feel like you did on Monday, right? No?
I was not.
No.
I've never
Will
uttered
who?
the words Will Barton out of my mouth.
I've been told Will Barton is how do the kids say washed?
Okay.
Yeah, I have no interest in Will Barton.
Yeah,
once we got Terrance Ross, he's basically
he's Walmart Terrance Ross.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any idea in your mind that Terrance Ross could be the fifth guy, or is he coming off the bench 100%?
I think he's coming off the bench no matter.
I think he needs to.
I think you made the point when we were talking during the game that you can't have your fifth guy being a guy that's just gonna shoot anytime the ball hits his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Okogie fits that spot much better because he'll take his shot when it's open. He'll drive to the hoop, but he understands his role too, and he's a solid defender. That's what you need in that fifth spot, I think. And I think these last 5 games have been that audition. He's won the role for now.
My favorite part is when you hear Kevin Durant talk today,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look at a guy like Terrance Ross. I just have this feeling KD's really going to rub off really well on him and say, listen, not every shot is a good shot, even from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like KD will tell you, like, no, when KD talked today, I didn't realize the level and the depth of which he loves the game and the nuances that go with it. And I think those little small things, I think Chris Paul took this team to a certain level with the nuance stuff. And I think KD's going to take him to a whole nother level because he's just a different dude. And I think that's going to help Terrance Ross and help him kind of settle down. And now, to be fair to Terrance Ross, this is game number 1. I'm sure he was nervous. I'm sure there was a lot of, butterflies. And as they mentioned, it's been a long time since my man played for anything worth a damn because he's been stuck in Disney World fucking for 8 years.
He was like, he was like Andy
He
Dufresne.
played for Orlando, Emma, just so you know.
He's like Andy Dufresne and Red on the Beach. You're like, oh my God, we're free.
Oh my God.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that reference.
You don't know Shawshank?
I've seen that a couple times, but I don't recall that, to be honest with you.
The best part.
I feel like that movie makes me sad every time I watch it, so I try to.
Because you never get to the end.
Because I try to forget it because it makes me sad. I don't want to remember. It just makes me really sad. But no, I completely missed that reference. If a movie makes me sad, I'm going to immediately remove it from my brain. Because if not, every so often, randomly, it's just going to pop into my head and I'm going to be sad all over again. I don't need that in my life.
Avoidance is key.
Exactly, 100%. Anyway, you know what else helps with that? Like forgetting some things sometimes?
Four Peaks or OGs?
4 Peaks and OGs.
Together.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Do they have a sommelier for that to pair the best 4 Peaks with the best OGs
that's what
together?
you should try and figure out.
Well.
Yes.
No, I don't have anything. It
would
have been cool.
It would have been
You
fun.
could take, let's just try this. I'm sure if you took the 4 Peaks Peach Ale and you complemented it with a little bit of the strawberries and cream.
Ooh.
That's not a bad pairing.
Yeah.
Peach
What do you mean no, Emma?
No.
Why?
Okay. I love both, don't get me wrong. But mixing the two, enjoy them separately.
We're talking about flavor. They're just
Flavor
flavor.
Town's not there.
They're compatible flavors.
A pina
Well, I'll
colada
give
and a
that
wow
to you.
wheat. How about that?
Peach
that one could work,
peach
yeah.
flavor just traumatizes me.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Emma, but all I know is that OG's is fantastic,
It is.
and they have a bunch of different products for whatever needs you're looking for within Scratch Made THC gummies, whether that's Sleepy Time gummies or Happy Balance gummies, sativa, indica, you name it. OG's brands has it, and their new strawberries and cream Happy Balance, like Saul mentioned, is hitting the shelves soon. And you can find them at your local dispensary by
it's
checking
out
out.
now.
Oh,
It's
it's
out now.
officially
Oh, it's out
officially
now.
out?
Really out. Yeah.
There you go, people. Get to your local dispensary or check out ogsbrands.com, but you must be 21 or older to enjoy.
Have you tried it?
And we ask that you
I have
enjoy
not.
responsibly.
I've not.
I feel like it's going to taste really bomb. That's the one thing about OGs that is like super like top notch is the gummies taste delightful.
Yes.
And then as far as Four Peaks goes, because we were talking about Four Peaks, so why not continue talking about Four Peaks? Their beer week is officially tipped off. And
every week, beer week when it's with Four
every week
Peaks?
is beer week when it's with Four Peaks, but beer week is extra fun because they had things like today they at their Four Peaks pub, they had the Girl Scout cookie tasting mixed with the beers that they kind of put together. And then on February 25th,
Did
the
they have
beer can
actual
derby is
Girl
happening.
Scouts there handing out the
I
samples?
doubt it. Highly
That's
doubt
who the
it.
sommeliers were.
Like, oh, don't worry, sir. I tasted this earlier today. This pairs well with a nice
Highly
Samoa.
But
We're
listen,
kidding. We're just kidding. That did not happen.
Four Peaks about
You
to call
must be
Max
21
tomorrow.
or older. Drink responsibly.
Listen, the beer can derby, you guys, listen. It's on February 25th at Four Peaks, their 8th Street pub in Tempe. Kit pickups are open now. And if you want to show up and show everybody that you got the fastest beer can in the valley, sign up through fourpeaks.com/events. You do have to be 21 years or older, and we ask you to enjoy responsibly. How freaking fun would that be, though?
Wait. So you make a car out of a beer can?
Yeah, it's like some sort of
Oh.
way you got to get this beer can to roll, and whoever goes faster, you win. Like,
let's
that's so
fucking
fun.
go.
Yeah,
We're
look,
doing that.
I want to do it out of a keg though. Can we get one of their kegs and
Oh
turn
my
it into
God.
a derby car?
I've seen you with power tools. I don't think that's a good idea.
I would empty the keg. I'd somehow like drill in it pressurized. Would not be good.
Oh my goodness gracious. Emma, guess what?
In the darkness, beyond the light, there shall only be one. Welcome to
Hi, Gerald.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Oh, not too shabby. It's a little late for all of the shenanigans of the day, but we're hanging in there. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Gerald, would you like to join in on the celebration and officially name Josh Okogie what he is?
Say it.
Say it. Do it. Do it,
Josh
Gerald.
Okogie, knockdown 3-point shooter.
Yeah!
Emma, do we have Gerald's tweet from earlier? Can we show everybody Gerald's amazing tweet from earlier? Which, Gerald, you
amazing.
know how much I love to give you grief about your puns, but this tweet was fantastic. I love this. It's The Simpsons. The Simpsons, and it says, my PHNX Suns co-host, say the line, Gerald. Gerald, begrudgingly. Josh Okogie, knockdown 3-point shooter. Everyone in the crowd cheers.
Also, hey Kev.
Hey, Kev.
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 Oh, all of a sudden, the best basketball player in the world, and Gerald just thinks he's on a first name, half name basis now. And we're just like that.
So that's how this is going to go, this post-game show, huh?
As soon as you said that, all three of us looked at each other like, what?
Did you just say
Did you
Kev?
say Kev?
I was like, Gerald's not telling us something. He must go way back with Kevin Durant. Anyway,
I do not.
Gerald,
First time ever speaking to the man, but it's fine.
as much as we have enjoyed the first minute of having you on this show and giving you a little bit of grief, we do want to know what you found out after the game and talking with Monty and the players. What's the number one topic of the night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they wanted to go into the break with a win. Monty was saying, like, the third quarter, they gave up 37 points. Their defense was pretty good for most of the night. Aside from that, they held Kawhi Leonard scoreless in the first half, but their defense just kind of slipped up. And he was saying, I think I played too many guys. If you look at how many guys got in there, you played 12 guys tonight. I think it's a product of kind of where they are and how many new faces they have on this team and trying to figure out who's going to play where. But he was saying, I've got to kind of cut this down to a 9.5 guy rotation and keep it consistent. So I think after the break, we might have a better idea of what to expect moving forward. He did say when we were asking about Josh Okogie and how well he's been playing lately that Josh could be the guy in terms of that starting spot. He's been playing really well lately. He's been doing it against good teams. And if you put him in that starting five with the other four that are around him, it helps make up for a lot of the potential deficiencies if he ever does come back down to earth from the 3-point line. So Just a couple of things to keep an eye on heading into the break. I think a lot of people, though, this was like the Friday before spring break. A lot of guys were just kind of ready after the roller coaster of a week to fill their cup, as they call it.
Gerald, is that half a guy that Monty's going to play? Is that Landry Shamet?
I don't know, man. If Terrance Ross plays like this, I don't know if you can make a case for him getting minutes because all the reporting seems to indicate that Monty was active in the pitch and recruiting him. He said before the game that he kind of was telling him like what your role might be and selling him on his fit here, and they love what he can do. Everything that we've heard from Monty, from James, the fact that Matt Ishbia was involved in recruiting him, I do think that Landry's minutes and opportunities will be really limited moving forward, especially coming off an injury that's held him out for so long.
Hold on, was that pitch you can shoot the ball anytime it hits your hands? Because that appeared to be what Terrance Ross did tonight.
He got up 17 shots. He was not shy for being a guy that was playing his first game with a new team. But, he didn't shoot the ball terribly well. He did miss a couple of open threes. I think he's not used to being that wide open. That was something he mentioned earlier today at shoot-around as well. So I think he'll get used to it, though. He's pretty good on wide open looks this season and historically. So it'll get better.
I'm reminded of one of my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire songs, After the Love Is Gone. Feels like this is probably it for Ish Wainwright tonight, and maybe possibly as a Phoenix Sun. Your thoughts on his potential roster spot or lack thereof?
Yeah, I'm really not too sure. I mean, we've heard the rumors about Kevin Love as a buyout target after I said a couple of days before that the Cavs GM said it wasn't going to happen. I think Love makes a lot of sense as a pickup, as a pick and pop guy. But I don't know. Like I feel like it's either going to be Ish Wainwright or Kevin Love, and I don't know if there's any in between there. It's rough because Saban Lee has played really well too, and they need a third ball handler. Ish Wainwright has done more than enough to earn a fully fledged roster spot, but there's just kind of a crunch with all the guys that they have. I do wonder like what Darius Baisley's future is going to look like more than anything. I think the Suns want to keep Ish around, even if it can't be in a full roster spot. I just don't know what that looks like. And, Baisley in the first two games hasn't been able to get onto the floor. So I'm not sure. They've got a lot of questions to answer over the next few days and ahead of that buyout deadline.
All right. Anything else, Gerald, that stood out to you?
Real quick, though, I'm really and I mean this in all sincerity.
Nobody can take you serious. You can't. No, absolutely not.
It's too bad that Landry Shamet's not going to drop 35 at any point this season.
You don't know that.
That's just too bad.
Bro, you don't know that.
He was so cool. You want to make a bet on it?
We already have a bet on it.
No. Do you want to put anything on it?
We already have a bet on it.
I made a bet on it, and I got to pay the price.
Yeah, because we all made a bet on it.
Yeah, but you guys didn't put any skin in the game.
I'm still rooting for Landry Shamet to hit 35. I'm going to laugh when it's in like a game 7 in the playoffs. It's going to be freaking amazing.
If he hits 35 in a game 7, the Suns have likely lost that game.
No, he's going to win it, Espo, because the 35.
If he hits 35 in game 7, I don't know what the fuck
he plays enough in a
If there is one thing you guys should have learned by now, it is that we can speak things into existence. Look at Josh Okogie. Knocked down three-point shooter. Landry Shamet, knocked down 35-point bucket getter. I don't know. That one didn't really roll off the tongue as well.
Gerald Bourget, Pulitzer Prize winner.
I'm
just trying different things here.
These are more realistic. It is more realistic that Gerald Bourget will win a Nobel or a Pulitzer than Landry Shamet dropping 35 points, and you can put that on the books.
Saul Bookman and Greg Esposito, 3-time Emmy winners. If we're just throwing crazy shit out there, we might as well, right?
I mean, why not?
Screw Emmy. EGOT winners. Let's just go with the EGOT.
Oh.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. We're going to win a Tony, too.
Tony.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they give Tonys out
Broadway,
for. But
look out. We're coming for you.
Thanks, Gerald.
Bye.
Appreciate
Thanks, you guys.
Enjoy the break. And
You
by
guys
break, I
too.
mean see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, guys, we did get some interesting news during this game that I think I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat. We're going to get a little conspiracy theory here with this.
Tinfoil hat today.
But before we do that, I got to tell you that illegal Pete's margaritas are quite literally the greatest thing in the entire world. So I'm told. Can't have one, but I'm told
virgin one.
They are quite literally the best thing. They got fresh limes, lots and lots of tequila, sweet agave, and they are also, you can get them on the rocks. You can get them frozen as well. If you guys want to try out an illegal Pete's Coin premium or frozen margarita, make sure you stop by for happy hour anytime. It's 3 to 6 p.m. every single day. Illegal Pete's is your place. They've got a full bar and the best food. I always get double corn because I love their corn. And then my favorite thing.
Every time you say that shit, I always think about that kid talking about corn.
Yeah, because he gets it. He knows. We're on the same page.
All I think is, I need the juice. I need the juice.
But
I don't know the whole thing.
The best part about illegal Pete's is that you either get to pick a tortilla or chips with every single bowl that you get. Like, it's just a part of it.
Hold on, though.
Comes with it.
If I'm gonna go bowl, why would I pick tortilla? I might as well just have
tortilla is still
burrito.
nice because you could still put a little bit, like you could rip off pieces of your tortilla and make like little mini tacos almost out of it. Tortillas are still solid with
That's
bowls.
fair.
This is, I mean, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
Also, you said happy hour. If there's lots and lots of tequila, can't any hour be happy hour? Well, I guess if you keep perpetually going, eventually they're not so happy.
Also, Priscilla said, wait, what does Lindsay mean? Why can't she have a marg? I'm allergic to alcohol.
Yeah. It's a major fucking buzzkill.
It's super fun. Yep. Love that for me. But what I do actually love for me is the Underdog Fantasy app and the fact that they want to give you guys free money to play with on the Underdog Fantasy app. It's super easy to get started. Just go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app, but make sure you sign up with the promo code PHNX and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. They do fantasy sports differently. The best part about Underdog Fantasy, in my opinion, is that there's no commitment, right? You can play fantasy sports for quite literally one single day, one single game. You don't have to commit to an entire season, setting your lineup every single night and then forgetting and then being upset at yourself because if you just set your lineup, you would have won. Underdog, you don't have to worry about that. You can if you want, but you don't have to worry about that if that's not your thing.
No, it's not like a year-long fantasy where you're basically married to this team that you drafted that half the time just sucks because of injuries or whatever happens. Mm-hmm. This is a different kind of thing every day. It's like being on one of those dating apps, but for fantasy, right? You can have something different every day on your roster.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I don't know.
Do we need to?
That's what I was
wait a minute.
I'm trying to save you right now. I'm just like, oh, shit. Your wife is in the chat. Shut up. Abort.
I've never used a dating app, but I assume it's much like a daily fantasy app.
Somebody here. Just shut up. Stop.
So anyway, about that conspiracy theory that I was going to throw out there, that tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil beanie.
The league announced during tonight's game that the Suns' first game back after the All-Star break against the Thunder will now start at 8 p.m. Arizona time, and it will also now be on ESPN in addition to Bally's. So I'm officially saying it. I'm officially going to say it. Kevin Durant's coming back on the 24th.
Is that the first game back?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Back. Next Friday.
Kevin Durant is coming back on the 24th. He will play.
Would not be shocked.
Yep.
ESPN's sure hoping now.
I mean, think about it. When we played the Nets, right? That game was also added to a national broadcast. Book came back. Mm-hmm. They know.
Well, yeah, the NBA is writing the script and ESPN is right in on it.
Exactly.
Like, let's be honest.
Exactly. So get excited, you guys. We're going to see Kevin Durant in 1 week. 1 week.
Can you imagine if the KD news broke at the end of one of these games? Like, and they had like a minute left to go in the game and they were just like, oh shit, KD got traded to the Suns. I don't know what we're supposed to talk about right now. That'd have been cool.
Wait, what?
You didn't like it at 11:30 at night where nobody was prepared?
I didn't know it happened at 11:30 at night. So.
Mike B said, not breaking news, Linz. Duh, LOL. Yeah, I know. It was a joke, Mike B. Gosh.
I feel like KD's the kind of guy that might go, you know what? Screw ESPN.
It's true.
We're gonna
Totally
wait another game.
It's true.
Nah, I feel like he's missed it too much. He
KD
wants to play.
KD seems like the kind of guy that is just like, I just feel like I want to hang out with him because I don't have to say shit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to say shit.
Yeah.
We could just.
He's literally the friend that you can sit in silence with and have the greatest time.
Yes. 1,000,000%.
Those are the best friends.
Yes. Or, hey, you want anything to eat? Yeah. Tacos? Yeah. Cool. That's it.
Yep. Absolutely. The best of friends. So get excited, you guys. We're 1 week away, possibly, fingers crossed, from seeing Kevin Durant take the court with the Phoenix Suns alongside Devin Booker and Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. And it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
And guess what? We've got 4 shows between now and then to talk about it.
We sure do. I think is it 4? Yeah, it is
tomorrow
4. Yeah.
and then 3 before the game next week.
Yeah, so that's kind of our schedule for All-Star. We'll have a show tomorrow at 3 p.m. normal time. We're going to give ourselves a 3-day weekend.
Much like the Suns, we're not doing anything on All-Star week.
Boom.
Yes. But we will be back on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 p.m. shows, and then game Friday. And then a game Sunday, I believe, as well. So that's kind of where our schedule is. It's a lot, I know, but it'll be fun. We do have a couple super chats to get to. Bobby Cox, thank you so much for your super chat. Said, hello, Lindsay and guys.
Hello, Bobby.
Bobby.
We have names, Bobby.
No, you're just the guys. It's
I'm
okay.
fine with that.
And then Leo, thank you for your super chat. Said, your guys' thoughts on Kendrick Perkins' ridiculous tweet after Mikal Bridges' incredible career high. You said it best. It was a ridiculous tweet.
It was
after an incredible career high.
Stupidity at the highest level.
Yeah.
Who else was supposed to score on that Nets team? Look at the roster. Mikal's going to have plenty of night like that this year because there's nobody else on that roster with him.
It's just such a lazy take. It's such a lazy take, especially if you watched Mikal play for the last month and you saw what he was able and capable of doing. He scored in the 30s a couple times. Like, he's been really, really good. It wasn't the offense holding him back. It was himself holding him back. That was it. Like, he got 45 less. Cool. And that's when you wanted to pop off. But you didn't pop off the game before when he had 8 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Shut it. Shut it. If you don't watch the Suns, you shut up.
Yeah. Hey, Kendrick, carry the fuck on, all right?
Yes.
I just, here's the thing. I will say, if we're trying to find a positive in this.
Mike Luke was here. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Code word PHNX.
But for real, though, here's the thing. If we're trying to find a positive, I am really happy for Mikal Bridges being in New York or Brooklyn. Same thing, but you know what I'm saying. Everyone gets all weird about it.
Yeah.
Because all those type of eyeballs will be on him.
Yeah.
It would not shock me if Mikal Bridges is an all-star next year.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the sheer fact that more people are paying attention to him and what he's capable of doing. Not that he wasn't doing it here and wasn't capable of doing it here. It's just a way bigger market.
Yeah.
And people are going to pay way more attention to it.
I mean, we know that. I mean, we've seen the disrespect that Book even got when he was doing.
Even got? You mean
things.
still gets?
If Devin Booker was playing for the New York Knicks, he'd be a fucking 8-time All-Star right now. He'd be in every 3-point contest during All-Star week. He'd
have his shoe finally.
He'd probably have the number 2 votes in the NBA. It'd be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bailey's asking for Chelsea to appear here.
Why?
Bailey in the chat said they could steal JJ Redick's pod and call it the old woman in the 3.
Bailey,
ouch!
You could have also turned it in.
That's
Bailey,
honestly,
we're the 3.
Honestly, I kind of love that name. I do love that name.
Okay, no, this is what she meant. Listen, I get it. I'm old on the inside. Everyone knows that, right? I'm the old woman on the inside.
The old soul.
Right, Bailey? Right? The old soul, right?
The old soul in the 3. That should be what it is.
Yep.
That's totally what you meant, right, Bailey?
She is old because her first portrait was on the cover of a Civil War era novel.
Yeah, and it was an actual picture from the Civil War.
I am a vampire. Surprise!
Didn't people in college believe that?
It was a witch. They thought she was a witch. Yeah. No bullshit. People actually thought Lindsay was a witch in college.
Oh, Bailey doubled down. I'm just messing with you. Maybe. Wow. All right, we got one more super chat. This one is from James. James, thank you for your super chat. They said, Boys didn't come with it tonight. Love Josh and Craig's defense, though. Gerald, great job at the KD press conference.
I thought James was talking about us when he said boys didn't come with it.
I mean,
the old lady did, but the boys not so much.
Not so much. Now, Gerald was good. And also, shout out to, 98.7 kind of shouted out a couple people that have been doing their thing covering the Suns. But, we had several of them on last week on Monday. We had Brendan Clean, and we had Darth Voida, and we had Kellen come on the show. But Dave King was phenomenal today. He had two great questions today, and several others that have been covering the Suns for a while and doing pods and stuff like that. So shout out to them for continuing to give great coverage all the way across the board. And shout out to everybody here in this chat, because without you, we would not be here, and we fucking love you.
Yeah.
We should shout out the Aussie Suns fan pod.
Yes,
those guys doing it internationally, fanning the flames. So says Jay, who's in our chat, my lawyer. A lot of great coverage in this town, and
it gets even better if you jump in our Discord. I'm
does.
telling
it really
you,
does.
Half the stuff that we talk about on the show comes from the Discord.
We're
it really
lazy.
does.
They produce the show.
Yeah,
So basically what we're saying is, if you want producer credits for the show, you got to get in the Discord, and then we'll put you on the credits as a producer.
Psycho Blue and Thunderous Dunks and, Tim from Phoenix, they're always constantly in there, and they're just engaging, and everybody else gets to throw in their 2 cents. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
My arch nemesis, Thunderous Punk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello said, I totally carried this pod the first year. I mean...
Sure.
Maybe for a month.
Well, actually, the one that carried the pod the first year was Elon.
Oh yeah,
and we haven't seen Elon.
Yeah, that's because he's too busy spending his money on Twitter. He can't give us $1.99 anymore.
That's true. No, you know what? I bet you Elon switched over to Jay Crowder's burner or whatever that. Oh my God! Elon went from Baby Boss to Espo's burner. That's what it is.
What?
Did I just figure this out? Did I just crack the code? Oh my God.
Elon,
if that's really you, you have to tell me. I won't tell them, but you have to tell me. It's like that rule. If you're a cop, you got to tell me, That's how it goes.
Cool.
Maybe Espo's burner is a cop. It's a sting operation.
Oh my God. It's just getting deeper. It goes all the way to the top. I think we need to say goodbye.
For those Girl Scouts being sommeliers.
What is your wife talking about? Tell them about the crayons.
Oh, okay. So you said speaking things into existence. Back in July, we took our daughter to the Crayola store at the Crayola experience, and you can make wrappers for crayons. And I made one that said KD and AZ. And the morning we traded for KD, Trace had found it and sent me a picture of it. It was like, oh, look at this. It was like, oh, okay. So we may have actually spoken this into existence. So that's the crayon story.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, I said we were going to say goodbye, but I lied because we got another super chat from Laking, and they asked, will D-Book like taking a step back for KD?
Good players don't give a shit. They just don't.
Oh.
And Devin Booker is not going to have to take a step back. He's still going to be able to be him, and KD will still be able to be him because there's plenty of opportunities for both. So I don't think it'll be an issue.
Why? I mean, what's that old meme? Why not both? There's enough out here. I think it's CP3 that takes the step back, not Book, and I think he's all right with it.
Not hard
he's
to take
naturally
a step.
doing it.
Not hard to take a step back when you're already a step slow.
Yeah.
Ow. Also, I did not crack the code. Boss Baby is actually Connor.
What?
Connor, he's always in our chats in the Discord as well.
Connor.
Mike B, we do love you.
I didn't crack the code. Wait, what's Mike B?
was
What's
like,
mad?
you fuckers. He said it up there. He said, there it is. He's like, LOL, you fuckers hate me. LOL, you're welcome for my money.
Who? Who's this Mike B?
No, were you
That's
really
why I love
mad
the chat
though,
so
Mikey?
much,
You
because
can't be
they're
mad.
they're awesome.
They're the fifth person on the show.
All right.
Sorry, Emma. I guess sixth.
Okay, for real, I feel like we should definitely say goodbye.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you very, very much. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Plan to come hang out with us. If you can't catch us live, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Just make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. 5 stars only. It really helps us out a lot. Until tomorrow, you can follow me on Twitter at LindsaySmithAZ. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. And of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
What's Kevin Love got to do with it? Ahoy, hoy.
On the chat, get involved. Rhymes say it's got flavor. Known to shine greater. Glide like Tom Chambers in Bulls versus Lakers. Off that pick, I'm Devin Booker. Bringing the hot take straight out the pressure cooker. Highlight plays, stand up guys, taking the shot.